Hi and welcome to Food Review UK Recipes. Today I'm going to be showing you my recipe for lasagna. The ingredients are as follows. Really, in terms of quantity, you can use whatever you want. You can have a couple of celery, stick and a half of carrot, a couple of courgettes maybe even more onion. 2 onion is a common thing, more pepper. The serving that I'll be doing is going to feed 2 quite hungry people, so this is enough for us. Quick tip for peeling garlic: instead of fiddling around trying to get the skin off, you just cut off the ends like that. Then it makes the skin incredibly easy to peel off. Now, I've cut them fairly small into fairly small pieces, apart from the courgette, which I don't do too small because it gets very soft and it cooks easily, so you want kind of slightly larger chunks of the courgette. Just an example of how I do the courgette, kind of like that sort of size really, not too small. Okay guys, so the carrot, onion and celery is all chopped up. This is what you would call the vegetable base. So you fry this off first of all. Okay, now I've got the pan on very hot, so it's going to sizzle away. And literally put in all of the vegetable base. And just let that fry away for about 5 minutes or so. Okay, the garlic goes in straight away. And just mix that in. Okay, so the base mix is now softened and very slightly browned. You can take the vegetables out of the pan to do this, but I feel that it's not necessary. Make some room in the pan and then pop in the beef mince. And we're also going to put in pork mince as well. And then mix that up. Fry that up until the meat is brown. Okay, so that meat is now nicely cooked. So I'm going to add the remaining vegetables, which is the peppers and courgettes. Cook that just for a couple of minutes, just until the vegetables lightly soften. Tomato puree. I'd say, maybe a couple of tablespoons. And you want to cook out that raw flavour for a couple of minutes. Probably I'd say about 8 on the vine tomatoes that we've chopped up into small pieces. And together with that we're going to use some nice passata. This is essentially replicating a tin of tomatoes. So you want to use probably, I'd say, 2/3 of that jar of the passata. Red wine, about a glass, although, well, might as well use up this whole thing really. We've got a nice bunch of fresh chopped basil or basil. Put about I'd say approximately a teaspoon of oregano, and of course pepper, some salt. The actual sauce and meat is reduced down nicely now. We're going to make the roux or the white sauce. 25 grams of butter, which is there. Flour, which I'd say is approximately 3 tablespoons. 300 millilitres of milk. This is semi-skimmed and cold is best to avoid lumps. Okay, so that butter's nearly melted now. You want to cook that out, that's what it looks like. Okay, the flour's now been cooked out, so I'm going to add the milk. You want to add the milk in about 3 goes. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so there you have it guys, there is the white sauce. Just put a tiny amount of cheese in there just to richen it up a little bit. Excuse my trousers by the way. Touch of freshly grated nutmeg in the sauce, and that smells amazing. And we get a couple of scoops of the sauce, flatten it out a bit. layer of pasta. Push it down a bit so all that moisture and sauce goes in. A layer of white sauce. Not too much, you don't want to totally drown it, but you know, enough. Now a little bit of cheese. I've got just a touch of quite dry mozzarella. And then some Gruyere as well. And then repeat that step. And I should mention that you have already preheated the oven to 180 degrees. The final layer of meat. Again, make sure that juice gets all the way up. Now, as this is the final layer of cheese, I'm going to put quite a lot on. This is going to be the oven facing. And same with the Gruyere. And it's now ready for the oven, so we're going to bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. As you can see, the lasagna is currently in the oven, and as Gruyere is a melting cheese, and obviously mozzarella is too, those are both melting down nicely currently. They should hopefully go a nice deep golden brown by the time it's cooked. Okay, so there's the finished final article straight out of the oven. You should really let this stand for about 5 to 10 minutes really. It will firm up slightly and not be so hot. They tend to be as hot as lava. So we'll crack this open in a minute and try it. Okay, so here we have the finished article. I'm just going to take one bite. Smells delicious. Lovely, really nice depth to it. Creamy, slightly nutty, meaty. The vegetables add really nice depth and texture. Sweet from the tomatoes. Really delicious, highly recommended. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Tune in for more food review videos and more recipes.